This has got to be the worst week for our girl Cash Money GDA District Attorney Fani Willis of Fulton County's entire shameful, pathetic, corrupt career. She has suffered loss after loss after loss. In other words, she's cooked. And I've got the entire scoop. You're going to love this video. Sit back, grab your favorite beverage, your favorite meal. I've got a lot to tell you. It starts with our boy, Nathan American Pie Wade, who showed up in that video, that body cam footage of Fani Willis's daughter being pulled over by police when he said the relationship ended years ago. Why are they together? The cop even mistakenly identified them as parents. The transcripts of his deposition in front of the Judiciary Committee came out yesterday. I did an entire video on this. He said, I don't recall 60 times, not 5, not 10, not 20, not 30, 60 times referring to meetings that Fani Willis, himself as special prosecutor, had at the White House, which they have no business being at the White House before the actual indictment and their pursuance of President Donald Trump. It is damning. It is awful. He also admitted he didn't have any RICO experience. He had to take, quote unquote, training. This has all come out in huge bombshell. Again, I did an entire video. If you haven't seen it, you got to check that out. So this is a major, major setback for already the odor of mendacity that just stinks up the entire Fulton County DA's office. Our boy Judge Suge Knight Glanville is back in the news. The contempt case that went to the Supreme Court regarding young thug YSL RICO defense attorney Brian Steele, somebody who actually has legal acumen, respect, and ethos, his case got completely overturned. Huge win for justice, huge win for Ashley Merchant. But first, let's talk about this.
Georgia's 2020 election, a judge has ruled against the Fulton County District Attorney's Office in a lawsuit connected to the election interference case. Channel 2's Ashley Lincoln found out the DA's office may have to pay for violating state law and withholding documents the plaintiff requested.
Yeah, Karen, to break this all down for our viewers, state law requires governing bodies to produce public documents to the public if requested. In this case, the judge is stating the district attorney failed to do that. Her office rather failed to do that. Today, that hearing lasted for more than 3 hours. It just wrapped up about 30 minutes ago. A Fulton County judge ruled this afternoon that an employee at the DA's office did not act in good faith. The employee testified that he would use what he called, quote, the merchant rule, a tactic he testified he used to stonewall open records requests requested by attorney Ashley Merchant. Now, it all stems from a lawsuit in which Merchant accuses the Fulton County District Attorney's Office of violating the State Open Records Act and refusing to provide documents related to her client, Michael Roman, a defendant in the Donald Trump election interference case. Now, some of the documents they wanted included employee non-disclosure agreements, emails, and how the DA's office spent money. While the judge has ruled in favor of the plaintiffs, she's still considering the penalty the DA's office will face. Now, the state did not call any witnesses to testify. However, it maintains this lawsuit is politically motivated and the documents Merchant requested were eventually produced.
We did, in fact, provide the records to the plaintiff. During the pendency of this litigation, we have received a number of emails. We've received correspondence.
We are here because the DA and the DA employees, in particular, Mr. Bond, refused to comply with this law. Ms. Merchant and I are fortunate enough to have the resources to be able to put us in this spot so that we could actually argue the law to Your Honor and highlight the failures here.
We have answered open records request after open records request. What I think of Ashley Merchant is in the motion I filed today.
Just to refresh your memory, what you just saw right there, the open records request case, which we covered with that really hostile, of course, what a big shock, he works for Fani Willis, that hostile witness who was in charge of the actual open records, the chief operating data officer, Q Bond. This is something that taxpayers pay for. This is a very, very simple, legal, straightforward request. And of course, Fani Willis's office declined, denied, tried to run hula hoops, maneuver, tried to evade, and basically lie time and time again. So much so that it put Ashley Merchant law firm, who, by the way, I'm so happy Ashley Merchant got the hat trick this week. She's been on our show. She's a phenomenal, formidable attorney. We're going to try to get her on again. She had to force this lawsuit just to try to get something that should have been a simple, easy request. So Cash Money G, Fani Willis, again, wasting poor Fulton County residents' resources, time, money, and energy, taxpayer funding, the whole gamut. Why? Because she can't just simply follow the law, because she is the worst thing to ever breathe inside of a courtroom. So I'm going to play for you the exact moment that the judge, Judge Rachel Krause, ruled in favor of Ashley Merchant and the Merchant Law Firm. Listen to this.
Dexter Bond had picked up the phone and called John Merchant or Ashley Merchant and said, "What are you trying to get?" and then given the documents. Or engaged in a good faith effort that would reassure the requesting party that some good faith effort had been made to locate those documents, so that when the representation that no such documents existed or were in the possession of the custodian was made, it would be more credible. So all of that is what I'm going to do, assuming again that the Supreme Court doesn't wipe this all away tomorrow, is enter a judgment in favor of the Merchant Law Firm regarding the failure to timely provide the documents that were requested.
So there you have it, Judge Rachel Krause ruling in favor of the Merchant Law Firm, and is going to be allocating attorney fees, making Fani Willis pay for that. It's just so amazing. And that's not all. There's more. Brian Steele, YSL Young Thug defense attorney, who was held in contempt by Judge Suge Knight Glanville. Why? Because he didn't want to reveal a source of how he found out about the illegal ex parte meeting that Judge Suge Knight Glanville was having with a key witness, the prosecution, and the defense wasn't present. This is the ruling right here. He wins. The Supreme Court of Georgia has overturned it. Hat trick for Ashley Merchant. If you want a little refresher of what happened there, check out these delicious clips. So here's the first heated clip where Judge Suge Knight demands from Brian Steele that he tell him how he found out about this illegal ex parte meeting. Again, how does this all relate to Fani Willis? This is all happening in Fani Willis's Fulton County, where she is the district attorney. She has complete control over the abominations that you see sitting at the bottom of your screen. Adrian Love and Miss Hilton and the entire deputy DA team down there. Fani Willis is nowhere to be found, of course, who have pursued this case against Young Thug, the longest case in Georgia history. It's gone through 3 judges. It's been a train wreck, an abomination since day one. Courtney Kramer, who's running against Fani Willis for district attorney in November, has said on day one, I will remove and dismiss all charges and get this case finally done and over with. I would highly recommend, if you live in Fulton County, vote for Courtney Kramer if you're sick and tired of your money being wasted.
What I was told was that Mr. Copeland said...
And you haven't answered my question yet.
I'm not going to answer that question.
You're not?
No, I will not answer that question.
Why will you not answer that question?
Because I want to make sure that what I say is accurate, and I'm not trying to get
No.
anybody else.
I'm asking you, how did you get this information?
I'm not telling the court. What I'm saying is based upon information.
Okay, well, listen, if you don't tell me how you got this information, then you and I are going to have some problems.
We can have I have problems right now.
Okay, I know. Look, I don't want to know about your problems, okay, at this point in time. All I'm asking you at this point in time is, how did you come upon this information? Look, if the case gets reviewed, the record's going to be available for our appellate court and for whatever reason. But it's disturbing that how somehow you have surreptitiously gotten information in regards to the court's private ex parte conversation with a party. I mean,
a witness who was sworn in Friday. The court's telling, this is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court handed Mr. Copeland.
Tell me how you got the information.
Listen, whatever you want to do.
Tell me how you got the information, then we can go ahead and go forward.
I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court.
It concerns me that you have proprietary information.
Why is it proprietary?
Or information that you should not be having that was ex parte.
Why?
With a party.
Why?
State of Georgia.
How about the witness? How about Mr. Copeland, who supposedly announced he's not testifying and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly this honorable court, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. This court supposedly said, I can hold you until the end of this trial. Ms. Hilton supposedly said, actually, all of the defendants and then all 26 people are disposed of. If that's true, what this is coercion, witness intimidation, ex parte communications that we have a constitutional right to be present for. So I understand that you're upset towards me, but I don't know what I did.
Mr. Steele, I still want to know, how did you come upon this information? Who told you?
What I want to know is, why wasn't I there? Why,
sir, I'm going to hold you in contempt if you don't tell me who tell me who this information was
from. I don't want to
come
be
from.
held in contempt.
Well,
I'm not answering that question. That's attorney-client privilege information. I am not
attorney-client privilege. Unless you were in my chambers, that's the only way you can figure out.
I am telling
I tell you what, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. If you don't tell me who if you don't tell me who it is, I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you in contempt because that is not attorney-client privilege.
Attorney work product privilege. I am not.
How did you get that information supposedly from my chambers? Did somebody tell you?
I'm not. You should have told me.
You got 5 minutes.
Well, I don't need it. I want to continue.
You got 5 minutes?
This is what I was told. Mr. Copeland made statements that he admitted to killing Donovan Thomas and was, don't take my notes. No.
Okay, so after watching that, I still just am in awe and shock at what's happened in this criminal justice system, specifically here in Georgia. I feel so sorry for Fulton County residents that this is what they're up against. I mean, these officers of the court are supposed to understand, are supposed to comprehend and apply the law diligently and with considerable professionalism. And it's anything but. They're fighting a legal system that's supposed to be helping them. And it is so sad. Here is the actual clip of the actual moment that Brian Steele was arrested.
That's not what happened. I'm just telling you, that's not what happened.
Judge, respectfully, we are not obligated to simply accept that there's been no violation. We believe that there has been, and the only
okay. Well, then no, we're not doing that at this point in time. So you'll have a choice to make. All right, take Mr. Steele into custody, please.
Takes his tie off. He's going to jail right now.
Would the court afford me 1 moment to confer with counsel regarding the appropriate remedy in this type of situation?
Okay. All right.
May I say one thing, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. You certainly may.
Mr. Williams does not wish to go forward without me being here. You are removing me against his will, my will. You're taking away his right to counsel. And you're conducting material parts of this trial without me present, and I can't learn about it by watching online. So for that reason, additionally, I asked for a mistrial. And I assume you denied, but I'd like you to deny our motions for mistrial. You denied the other people.
I've denied your motion, but I'll certainly take that under advisement, sir. We're going to be in recess for the next 5 minutes.
And here it is. Here is the decision that came out today, October 22nd, 2024. Peterson is the presiding justice. This is the Supreme Court of Georgia. It's about 15 pages long, but essentially it goes through an entire description of what Judge Glanville did. You can see there Judge Glanville informing he was possessing of the same information, ex parte, et cetera, et cetera. And then just to kind of show you at the very end of this ruling, it says at the very bottom there, judgment reversed and all justices concur. I can't wait to read your comments on all of this. It just, to me, I feel like the people of Fulton County should petition, should protest, should force the resignation of Fani Willis. She has committed prosecutorial misconduct on so many different levels, under so many different contexts, never mind the actual pursuance of Donald Trump and the other 19 co-defendants in the RICO case. The absolute travesty that case ended up being, the odor of mendacity and so much other, the lying under oath, the forfeiture funds, everything. But then you've got the YSL RICO case, a complete train wreck. Open records, a very simple, legal, taxpayer-entitled request that you put Miss Merchant, because of your own personal animus, through such unbelievable obfuscation, obstacles, and hula hoops that she was forced to take you to court. And the judge finally sees, my God, you are so out of it. You are completely 100% wrong on so many levels. I pray for Fulton County. I pray for Georgia. This is a great win for justice, but she's still there. She still has her job, and she shouldn't. I would implore you, vote for Courtney Kramer. I would implore you to galvanize a movement to have her removed from office. Do you want more of this? I can't imagine anybody wanting more of this, but I can't wait to hear your comments down below. Read them, especially if you're from Georgia, if you're from Fulton County or any of the neighboring counties. Let me know in the comments down below. How can you justify DA Fani Willis continuing? How? Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here if you missed them. This is the case that I did with going over the entire deposition of Nathan Wade, at least the most important parts. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It's free, and as always, may God bless you, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.